Ladies and gentlemen, I stand before you today to tell you it's time for a change. Now, I know that for many of us, the very thought of change can feel like a heavy weight on our shoulders. But let me remind you, change is not just an option. It is the force that propels us forward. Change is the heartbeat of progress. If you're not changing, you're standing still. And when you stand still, you risk being left behind. Change is not something that can be avoided. It is something that must be embraced. It is one of the few constants in life. Whether we seek it or resist it, change is inevitable. It has shaped the world around us, from the greatest civilizations to the most innovative technological advancements. It is the fuel that drives progress, the force that challenges the status quo, and the catalyst for personal and collective transformation. Without change, nothing would grow, nothing would evolve, and nothing would improve. Think about nature. Trees shed old leaves to make room for new growth. Seasons shift, making way for new opportunities. And the cycle of life continues, constantly moving forward. In the same way, change in our own lives is the key to our evolution. While many fear change, it is important to recognize that change has the power to open doors we never knew existed. It provides the opportunity to reinvent ourselves, to challenge the limitations we once believed defined us. Change forces us to look at life through a new lens, to question the old ways, and to find new solutions. When we acknowledge the power of change, we recognize that it is not an obstacle but a tool. It is not a burden but a gift. It pushes us out of our comfort zones and challenges us to grow in ways that we never thought possible. The power of change lies in its ability to transform our lives, our communities, and even our world if we let it. When it comes to change, the first and most powerful step begins with us. No one else can change your life for you. That responsibility rests squarely on your shoulders. Personal accountability means taking full responsibility for your actions, choices, and outcomes, no matter what. It's about realizing that while we cannot control every circumstance, we have absolute control over how we respond to those circumstances. Many of us fall into the trap of blaming external factors for our situation, whether it's the economy, our upbringing, or other people. But true growth only comes when we stop pointing fingers and start looking inward. Accountability is not about guilt or shame. It's about empowerment. It's the understanding that every decision we make has consequences, and every action is a step toward or away from the life we want to create. When we take responsibility for our own lives, we break free from the mindset of victimhood. We stop waiting for someone to rescue us or for circumstances to magically change. Instead, we realize that we hold the power to shape our own reality. This shift in mindset is liberating. It's about knowing that we have the ability to make choices today that will impact our tomorrow. Personal accountability also means owning our mistakes and failures. We've all made them, and we will continue to do so, but it's not our mistakes that define us. It's how we respond to them. Do we learn from them, or do we allow them to hold us back? Do we let our failures dictate our future, or do we use them as stepping stones to build a stronger version of ourselves? When we hold ourselves accountable, we stop waiting for perfect conditions or the right moment. We realize that the time to act is always now. Accountability means taking the first step, even when the path is unclear, and staying committed to the process no matter how long it takes. It's about acknowledging that the future you desire is not a product of chance, but of choice. Every action, every decision, and every small effort adds up. Fear is one of the most powerful emotions we experience. It holds us back, keeps us trapped in our comfort zones, and often prevents us from reaching our fullest potential. But here's the truth. Fear, while natural, is also one of the greatest obstacles to change and personal growth. In order to step into the future we desire, we must first confront and overcome our fears. Fear is something that every person faces, whether it's fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of the unknown, or fear of making the wrong decision. It's universal. It's the voice in our heads that says, you're not good enough. You can't do it. Or what if things go wrong? This voice, though loud and convincing, is often based on imagined scenarios, not reality. It's the mind's way of keeping us safe, but in doing so, it also keeps us stagnant. What we need to realize is that fear is not a sign of weakness. It is not something that only happens to those who lack courage or strength. In fact, fear is a sign that we are stepping out of our comfort zones and doing something meaningful. It means we are on the brink of growth. Fear doesn't always have to be the enemy. It can be a signal that we are about to change our lives in a significant way. And that's why it feels so intense. The greater the fear, the greater the opportunity. The problem comes when we allow fear to control us. We've all had moments where fear paralyzes us into inaction. We put off taking that first step, or we shrink back when an opportunity presents itself. But the truth is, every time we let fear dictate our actions, we miss out on the chance to grow, to succeed, and to live up to our true potential. One of the first things to recognize is that fear is often exaggerated. Our minds have a tendency to blow things out of proportion, imagining worst-case scenarios that rarely come to fruition. We fear making mistakes, but mistakes are an essential part of the learning process. The greatest successes often come from repeated failure, from stepping into the unknown and learning along the way. It's not the fear of making mistakes that holds us back, but the fear of not trying at all. Another important aspect of overcoming fear is reframing how we view it. Instead of seeing fear as something to avoid, we can choose to view it as a challenge to face head-on. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's the willingness to act in spite of it. When we make the conscious choice to move forward despite feeling afraid, we take back the power that fear tries to steal from us. Every time we push through fear, we build resilience, and with resilience comes the confidence to face even bigger challenges. One powerful way to overcome fear is to take small, manageable steps. We don't have to leap into the unknown all at once. Start by setting a goal that challenges you but feels attainable. Break it down into smaller actions and take those steps one at a time. As you see yourself succeeding in small ways, your confidence will grow and the fear will gradually lose its grip on you. The more you prove to yourself that you can handle discomfort and uncertainty, the less fear will hold power over you. It's also crucial to surround ourselves with a support system. Fear thrives in isolation, but when we share our struggles with others, whether friends, mentors, or peers, we realize we are not alone in our experiences. Others have faced similar fears and challenges, and they can offer guidance, encouragement, and inspiration. A supportive community can help us see fear for what it truly is, a temporary feeling that can be overcome with time, effort, and belief in ourselves. Ultimately, the key to overcoming fear is taking action. Fear will always be there, but it doesn't have to control you. Every step you take toward your goals, no matter how small, is a step toward freedom from fear. Every time you face fear head-on, you become stronger, more capable, and more resilient. Fear may never disappear entirely, but it will no longer stop you from living the life you deserve. A vision is the compass that guides us through life. Without a vision, we wander aimlessly, lost in the day-to-day distractions, unsure of where we are going or why we are even trying to get there. A clear and compelling vision gives us purpose, focus, and direction. It is the beacon that lights the way, even when the path is difficult and unclear. When you have a vision, you are driven by a deeper sense of meaning. It is not just about surviving each day. It is about creating the future you desire and making the most of every moment. The power of vision lies in its ability to shape our actions. Without vision, we can easily become reactive, responding to life's challenges as they come, rather than taking proactive steps toward the life we want. When we know where we are going, we can map out a plan and take purposeful steps toward that goal. Vision is what transforms ambition into action. It fuels our determination and helps us stay committed to the long-term journey, even when obstacles arise. Having a clear vision helps to clarify our priorities. In life, there are countless distractions. and it's easy to get sidetracked by things that seem urgent but are not truly important. When you have a vision, you can evaluate your choices through the lens of your long-term goals. Will this decision bring you closer to where you want to be, or will it pull you off course? A vision helps you focus on what truly matters, aligning your actions with your deepest aspirations. Moreover, a vision keeps us motivated through the inevitable ups and downs of life. There will be moments when things don't go as planned, when challenges seem insurmountable, or when success feels far out of reach. In those moments, your vision becomes your anchor. It reminds you why you started, and it provides the fuel to push through difficult times. When you can see the end result in your mind, it makes the struggle worthwhile. The vision you have for your life becomes the driving force that keeps you moving forward even when the journey feels exhausting. A vision also serves as a source of inspiration. It helps us rise above the ordinary and reach for something greater. When we envision the person we want to become or the life we want to live, it sparks excitement and passion. We become energized by the possibilities that lie ahead, and that energy propels us into action. It is the difference between simply going through the motions of life and living with intention. A vision challenges us to think bigger, to push beyond our current limitations, and to imagine a future that excites us. In addition, a vision provides clarity in decision-making. Life is filled with choices, and often those choices are not easy. When faced with a decision, having a clear vision helps us evaluate the options based on how well they align with our goals. This clarity can give us confidence in our choices, knowing that we are moving in the direction that aligns with our greater purpose. It helps us avoid distractions and focus our energy on the things that will have the most meaningful impact on our lives. A vision also has the power to inspire others. When we are clear about our goals and passionate about our vision, it becomes contagious. People are drawn to those who have a sense of purpose, and they want to be a part of something bigger than themselves. A compelling vision can bring together a community of like-minded individuals, creating a collective force for positive change. It shows others what is possible and motivates them to pursue their own vision, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond ourselves. Ultimately, a vision is not just about achieving personal success. It is about creating a life of meaning, purpose, and fulfillment. It's about living with intention and working towards something that matters deeply to you. When you have a clear vision, you are no longer living passively. You are actively shaping your future, making deliberate choices and stepping into the person you are meant to become. A vision turns dreams into reality and gives you the power to create the life you've always desired. Adaptability and resilience are two of the most vital qualities we can develop on the journey to success. The world around us is constantly changing. Nothing remains static. Technology evolves, circumstances shift, and the unexpected happens. In this fast-pacing, unpredictable world, those who succeed are not necessarily the ones with the best plans, the smartest strategies, or the most resources. Rather, it is those who can adapt to change and bounce back from setbacks that ultimately thrive. Adaptability is the ability to adjust to new conditions, to navigate uncertainty, and to embrace change rather than resist it. It means being flexible in the face of challenges, remaining open-minded, and being willing to learn. Life doesn't always go according to plan. We all face obstacles, whether they are personal, professional, or external factors beyond our control. The key is not to let those obstacles derail us, but to shift our approach, reframe our mindset, and find a way to move forward. Adaptability allows us to take the unexpected in stride, to pivot when necessary, and to remain resilient even when things don't unfold as we envision. At its core, adaptability is about recognizing that change is a part of life and is often outside of our control. We cannot predict every twist and turn, but we can control how we respond to it. Instead of being overwhelmed or paralyzed by uncertainty, adaptability allows us to remain focused on our goals while remaining open to new methods, strategies, and ways of thinking. It is the ability to see an obstacle not as a roadblock, but as an opportunity for growth. By being adaptable, we become more resourceful, more creative, and more capable of handling whatever life throws our way. Resilience, on the other hand, is the strength to recover from setbacks, to bounce back after adversity, and to keep going in the face of hardship. It's the quality that helps us rise after a fall, to get up each time we're knocked down, and to move forward even when the road is rough. Resilience is rooted in a deep sense of inner strength and the belief that challenges are not permanent, they are temporary, and can be overcome with persistence, grit, and determination. Resilience is not about avoiding failure, it's about how we respond to it. Everyone faces difficulties, but it's those who possess resilience who are able to learn from failure, grow stronger from it, and use it as a stepping stone to greater success. It is the ability to stay grounded when things are uncertain, to maintain faith in oneself and one's purpose, and to find the courage to keep going no matter how many times we stumble along the way. One of the most powerful aspects of resilience is its ability to foster a growth mindset. Resilient individuals see setbacks as learning opportunities rather than as insurmountable problems. They understand that each challenge is a lesson, and they are able to extract wisdom from adversity. Instead of giving up when things go wrong, they see every failure as a stepping stone that brings them closer to their goals. This mindset helps them to stay motivated, to keep moving forward, and to embrace new challenges with confidence. Adaptability and resilience are intertwined because they both require flexibility in how we approach life. When we are adaptable, we are able to quickly adjust to new circumstances and learn from change. But resilience gives us the strength to persevere through the tough times, to hold on to our vision even when the journey gets difficult. Together, these qualities allow us to maintain momentum no matter what happens. They enable us to take setbacks in stride, knowing that we can adjust our course, recover from adversity, and continue moving forward. In a world that is constantly evolving, adaptability and resilience are the keys to long-term success. They help us face the inevitable challenges of life with confidence, knowing that we are equipped to handle whatever comes our way. By developing these qualities, we become not only more capable of navigating life's obstacles, but also more prepared to thrive in an ever-changing world. They empower us to embrace change, to recover from setbacks, and to remain steadfast in our pursuit of our dreams, no matter how difficult the journey may be. Consistency is one of the most underrated but powerful forces in achieving success. It is not the grand, dramatic actions that change our lives, but rather the small, consistent efforts we make every day. The power of consistency lies in its ability to build momentum over time, turning what may seem like insignificant actions into monumental results. Whether we are pursuing personal goals, professional achievements, or self-improvement, it is consistency that transforms dreams into reality. One of the key aspects of consistency is that it doesn't require perfection, but rather persistence. It is not about doing something flawlessly every time, but about showing up and putting in the effort consistently, even when things are difficult, uncomfortable, or when progress seems slow. The secret to success is not in sporadic bursts of effort, but in maintaining a steady, reliable commitment to our goals. It is this persistence, this refusal to quit even when faced with setbacks, that creates real and lasting change. Think about the most successful people you know, whether they are in business, sports, or any other field. What they all have in common is not necessarily extraordinary talent or abilities, but an unwavering consistency in their actions. They wake up early, practice diligently, and take small, purposeful steps toward their goals every single day. The impact of their efforts compounds over time, resulting in mastery, excellence, and success. They understand that results don't come overnight, but are the product of continuous, deliberate effort. One of the most powerful ways consistency works is by building habits. Habits are the foundation of success, and habits are formed by consistency. When we repeatedly do something, it becomes ingrained in our routines. Whether it's exercising, reading, writing, or any other positive action, when we commit to doing it regularly, it becomes second nature. Over time, these small habits accumulate, and their cumulative effect is often far greater than any single action we could take. Consistency is what transforms an intention into a habit, and a habit into a lifestyle. Another important aspect of consistency is its ability to build discipline. Discipline is not something that comes naturally to everyone, but it is something that can be cultivated through consistent effort. It is the willingness to do what needs to be done, even when we don't feel like it, even when there are distractions or obstacles in our way. Consistency strengthens our discipline as it requires us to push through discomfort, resistance, and the temptation to give up. By committing to our goals day in and day out, we develop the self-control necessary to stay on course, regardless of the challenges we encounter. Consistency also helps to combat doubt and uncertainty. When we make small, consistent progress each day, we start to see results. These results, no matter how small, serve as proof that our efforts are not in vain. They remind us that we are moving in the right direction and that our hard work is paying off. As the days go by, the momentum builds and our confidence grows. Even when faced with setbacks, the consistency of our efforts reassures us that we are on the path to success and that any challenges are temporary. Furthermore, consistency teaches us the importance of patience. In a world that often values instant gratification, consistency reminds us that meaningful results take time. Success is not a sprint, it is a marathon. The most important things in life require time and effort to achieve, and consistency is the process that turns dreams into tangible results. By committing to the process, we learn to trust that the little steps we take every day are leading us to where we want to go. One of the most powerful impacts of consistency is its ability to create momentum. Momentum is a force that builds over time, propelling us forward even when we may not feel motivated. Once we start taking consistent action, we begin to gain momentum, and that momentum makes the journey easier. It becomes easier to stay on track, easier to make progress, and easier to keep going when things get tough. Momentum is the result of consistent effort. And it is what keeps us moving forward even when obstacles arise. Finally, consistency is a powerful force because it is entirely within our control. We may not be able to control the external circumstances in our lives, but we can control our daily actions. Consistency is a choice we make each day. By deciding to show up, do the work, and stay committed, we take control of our destiny and begin to shape our future. The power of consistency is that it allows us to take control no matter the challenges and to steadily move toward our goals with unwavering determination.